When it comes to building big, impressive traps, you can go ahead and watch several of my videos on how to properly perform shrugs and little tips that I give you there. But I want to caution, make sure you balance your trap development. Now, the traps are 3 different muscle heads. There's the upper, which most people focus on building up with shrugs, heavy shrugs. Everybody wants those big mountainous traps on top of the shoulders. But then there's the middle traps, which are towards the top of the back, and then the lower traps come down in the middle of the back. Now, like I said, you hit upper traps with plenty of shrugs. You hit those middle traps with things like rear delts, high rows, face pulls. But it's the lower traps that really get neglected. And that's a big problem because underdeveloped lower traps compared to upper traps can lead to neck and shoulder pain, especially for those who work at a desk job. Keeping those lower traps strong will help reduce that neck and shoulder pain that you get just from daily activity, let alone reduce your risk of injuries in the gym. Now, you can watch my video on straight arm dips or straight arm pushdowns to target those lower traps. But I'm going to show you another trick here to hit those lower traps. This is called the YRaise. Now, this exercise is typically done with dumbbells lying flat down on your face on a bench, but I'm going to show you an easy standing version that you can do with my gym strength bands. Now, bands are great for this exercise because they get harder thanks to that linear variable resistance. They get harder the further you pull the bands. That's going to help really focus on those lower traps as you raise the bands up. So now the trick I use here is obviously very light band. This is the lightest one I'm demoing here, just so you guys realize you got to start light, especially on this one. This is not a power move. You want to do this one slow and controlled. I put a barbell down typically with 45s on it, and then I just wrap the middle of the bands around the bar. And I'll typically stand at one end here with the 45 plate between my legs. That way I can prevent the bar from rolling around. So you want to make sure the band's fairly even on each side. You're going to grab it here. Keep your thumbs up, and then you're going to start with the arms just below perpendicular to your body. But now what you're going to do is, if you look at the angle of the band here, it's not going straight up like a front raise, but you want to raise them out to about a 45-degree angle, thumbs pointing up, bring them out so that your body basically forms a Y in the top position. Really focus on contracting those lower traps and feeling them work before slowly lowering your hands back to where they're perpendicular to your body or just about below parallel with the floor, and then repeat. You can do the standing band YRaise at the end of your shoulder and trap workout, right after you do shrugs. Finish up with about 3 sets here. But since most people aren't accustomed to doing this exercise, start very light, get used to the movement, feel those lower traps moving. Then you can start playing around with the rep ranges and using different bands for resistance. And remember, you can hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook just to let me know how well you're liking these tips, how this one's working for you in the gym, or if you have any more questions on this or any one of my tips. And as always, guys, stay Gym Army strong.